Good afternoon, YouTube. Home Theater Joe here, and I'm back again. I might just keep making videos until FedEx comes to my house and brings my delivery, which would be very appreciated. I wish I could live stream. It'd be cool if I could just live stream and just talk a bunch of stuff until then. But maybe it's a good thing I can't. Anyway, Sony A80J. Man, look. So we got this stuff going on, like Black Friday is fast approaching and the prices are here, and man, the price cuts are insane. And I was going to talk about a bunch of things, but I think there's really one thing I really want to get at, and that is the Sony A80J. But before I get there, I just want to mention Classy Tech. He is finding some issues with Dolby Vision in the TCL 6 series. So I don't want to speak for him, but he did say that, I believe, the other day on a live stream. And that's a heartbreaker for me. I'm really wanting to see his video about that because I'm a TCL fan. So yeah, that's disappointing. So very important news, I think, for Black Friday. Even though TCLs typically don't see big sales, I think it's very important. And I think these 6 series is on sale by $200 or $300. Anyway, the main focus here is the Sony A80J. And the price cutting for the 65, I mean, it's massive. And I guess it's probably the same for the 77, but I've noticed for the 65, it's crazy how much they came down. So, y'all, I don't know. My warning flags are they're just flashing and going off very hard. At the beginning of the year, or towards the beginning of this year in spring, we got a lot of talk about the A80J dimming or not dimming. That's a thing. There is some usage case scenarios as far as gaming is concerned for that display to take into account. Again, Classy Tech, man. He's got a great perspective on that as well. At the end of the day, I'm not sure if I want to choose what games I choose to pick and play because of how the display is going to represent them or show them. Difference being, fast-paced games versus cinematic, something to that effect. As well, the VRR debacle Sony is still going through right now. And to my understanding, it's not 120 hertz VRR solution. It's 60 hertz. Also, it's not available on the Sony OLEDs yet, right? I could be mistaken about that. That's a huge warning sign to me. And finally, the biggest sign to me that Sony just is throwing away these displays is they are abandoning the alternate white point that they established for these displays. It is one of the reasons that I chose to go with a C1 as opposed to an A80J or even an A90J. I might even have put a 55 A90J back here. But the alternative white point kind of got me because I will say Sony's representation is beautiful. I'm not going to bash it, but it is different. And Tech with KG brings me this news. And again, good on you. Thank you, sir. That's huge to me. Why would Sony do that? All this has been made all year about the alternative white point from Sony displays and how beautiful it is. Hey, it's good looking, but it's different. They're abandoning it. So again, we have a display from this year as well as the A90J, but I'm not going to get there because that's the Master Series and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to leave that TV alone. Guys, I think I'm just trying to tell you, I don't know about this A80J stuff. The price cuts, the firmware update disaster that is ongoing, the revelation that Sony is now going to go back to the D65 white point, which surely will be on next year's displays. Man, it's just, Sony, in my opinion, is very bad at firmware updating or staying relevant with their firmware updates on older models. And when I say older models, I mean 2 years old, 3 years old. Okay, so I don't have a whole lot of confidence in Sony with that A80J right now. I have a lot of confidence with them in their A90J because you pay money for that good money. They're not going to abandon that. That's their number one flagship boom panel. They're going to always support that. The A80J, I think, listen, this is just my spidey senses. This is just my feeling. My gut tells me that the firmware update thing is going to be a mess for a long time to come. And just like a lot of displays that they've put out in the past few years, they're going to abandon updating those displays with any notable firmware updates. I don't want to be a shill for LG. I want to calibrate different displays. It's why I'm trying to move into a different software space, software programming. I love my LG panels, but I'm here to tell you now, if LG flips the script and next year they just put out a trash panel or whatever, that I just think is really wrong, I'm not going to buy it, or I wouldn't even think about buying it, And to be honest with you, let me make this point, man. I'm not going to be out here buying panels every year, y'all. Like, I have 2 panels. I have a C1 65 and I have a C10 77. And guess what? I'm probably going to be sticking with those for a while. However, it did occur to me that when I'm thinking about buying a display for my son or daughter or something, that if I don't buy an LG, I can't calibrate it. I'm not happy with that. So, thus begins the journey. Anyway, I have gotten way into the weeds. My warning sensors are just off the charts with the Sony A80J. And I would just implore anybody out there that's looking for a new display this year, whether it's a Samsung, a Sony, an LG, a Vizio, a TCL. There's so much information out there about these products right now. Don't just blindly walk into your store or order a display from Amazon. Man, put in your work, put in the research. Know your use case scenario. That's the biggest thing. Know where you are. What kind of environment you're in, y'all. Know the environment you're in. That's number one. And number two, know what material you're going to be sending through that display. Gaming, movies, cable box, sports. It's what are you going to be doing? Those are very important questions. And remember, above all and beyond anything I say, if you're spending $1,800 on a display this year, Black Friday deals, whatever, you best calibrate that display. If you did not, you're doing yourself a disservice. And you are not listening to anything I have had to say for however long, which you don't have to do that. I probably wouldn't listen to me. I'm just a guy talking to my cell phone. All right, that's it. I think that does it. I've said too much already, and this is going a little longer than I wanted it to. So, if you have any questions or comments, good, bad, or indifferent, please leave them below. They are greatly encouraged and greatly appreciated. They only help the community grow and get smarter. Sorry, I'm having a hard time talking today. So, yes, do that if you feel need be. Yeah, you know what time it is. As always, thank you for listening. Be good. Be safe. All right. Boom. Oh, now my clicker's not working. Boom.